Welcome to part 2 of... I should be a bit more positive, shouldn't I? Welcome to part 2 of the ESCI Sturmgeschutz. Basically all we're doing is putting on the... I don't know, I've got a creaky board. Putting on the spacer armour, of which there are no illustrations. There are millions of photographs out there of these things, but not available with the model. Which, well, you know, there you go. That's how these things are. So yeah, that's really all it is. And then considering it as a finished model. So here we go. Yeah, let's get stuck in. Come on. Ooh, oh, that's better-ish. We are onto the armour plates, and woe is me. For many reasons. One is because I've got all the little parts laid out neatly, and then the cat came in through the window, soaking wet, knocked everything about. That's front paw, that's back paw, and so on. So anyway, the real issue here is that, okay, we're kind of established in the last one that there was some scale issues, thickness of plastic and so on. So they're a bit bulky. They're the things that hang the plates on. That's alright. Looked at the instructions for clarity, because these things have a real, a very specific location and a very particular hang to them. And I can't quite establish in my mind. Look, where are they? These chappies. Come on. Each one, even the sharp... Oh, come on. Listen, mate, any trouble from you, and I've had enough. I'll buy a new one. They have a long leg and a short leg. Each and every one of them. Ah, you get the gist. Focus, focus. A long leg and a short leg. But on the instructions, they do not, because it's at a particular angle and foreshortening is being added. The only thing I can go on is, can you see there's just a slight lip on the bottom there and a slight downward curve on the top there. It's not quite matched by... Sorry, but I'm going to have to get up at like 6 in the morning because it's the only time we get decent daylight. Anyway, doesn't quite match the diagram. Not only that, it's really hard to tell where this is all going, because the only real guide is the fact that there's a little... Here we go. That is on the back side of the metal plate, and there, and then they just kind of go there, yeah, and I can't see anything. Oh, dreadful. I can't see anything on the tank itself to help us. So, after all that and all that bad camera work, let's hope the sun comes out at some point. Anyway, it means that I don't know what I'm doing. You never know what you're doing. I don't know where to put these things accurately. So there's going to be some fiddling about go on. So let's go slow and steady. Here are the series of plates, because obviously it's not just one on each side, it's a number of plates, 1, 2, 3, 4, and there are the very slightly gigantic, pardon the burn on my finger, brackets, and I've let them dry overnight, and I'm just going to leave them for a little bit longer just to go away and think about how the next step's going to work. I'm going to kind of rattle them around on the side of the tank and see if they actually fit. naturally, spontaneously, and if I've got all the bits up the right way. Big questions. And here we are on a gusty evening, and the plates are on. So this is it, as suggested by the instructions, and I love it. It's great. Just one interesting thing about the plates, you'll spot it immediately. As we view it, this left-hand sheet fits very snugly, and the clips go over the body of the tank to hold it on, and the brackets hold it on nicely. On this side there's quite a gap, just, I'd say, double what we've just seen, but yet again the clips are on and the brackets wouldn't fit if there was something wrong with it. So everything on the model is in a great ancient Babylonian phase, a bit skew-whiff, and doesn't matter because it's just a marvellous sturdy model of a fantastic sturdy tank. And I'm afraid, nostalgia's a funny thing, but with this, the nostalgia wave, energy, whatever you want to call it, is just so massive. I'd forgive it anything and everything. I have thoroughly enjoyed making it. Sorry, the wind's getting up again. I've thoroughly enjoyed making it, and I will happily make more, no matter how inaccurate, no matter what the scale problems, no matter how gigantic these bits at the back are. This makes me a very happy chap, so I am pleased. And the other thing is, we now have to contemplate, do I do it snow camouflage or not? I'm really enjoying it as it is, but I know somewhere I've got a little box with a whole bunch of tanks that I made since I was a kid, and so I've got probably 3 or 4 Sturmgeschutz of various types and model manufacturer, so I could give it a snow camouflage, couldn't I? We'll see. I'd do a separate film for that. So say goodbye to this marvellous model and this incredible tank. Look at that, what a profile. And well done, thank you ESCI, I wish it still existed. The other interesting thing is, on a lot of these tanks with the armour plating, they usually have their numbers on the outside, but not always. So this is how the manufacturer suggests doing it. The other thing is, that sky looks like snow. And it's worth adding, I was going through my tank Bible here. We'll just flick through some of the pages. But I was adding up some figures. They give, for each variant of each tank, they give things like the number produced. There you can see 30. This is the first model, and just round figure, adding them up, the Sturmgeschutz in all its varieties had just over 10,000 individual tanks manufactured during the Second World War, which is quite remarkable. So then I went and added up the same for Panzer IVs, and the Panzer IV, there's 8,700 plus, just round figures, manufactured during the Second World War. So it shows how vital these tanks were, and obviously part of the sort of positive approach is that that they're cheaper to make because they haven't got all the complexity of a moving turret. Another element is that they are they're just brilliant tanks. Low profile, the reduction in weight allows you to add armour, it allows you to add more ammunition, it allows you to move about the battlefield faster. So all in all, it's an absolute masterpiece of a tank, and in the end it seems it was very flexible. I know as time went by, manufacturing issues in Germany kind of skew everything, but in general terms, if something's really too bad, then they'll withdraw it, and that's that. So this is a powerful tank, and I think the logic step is remarkable to actually come up with something like this without a turret, and so early on in development of tanks and blitzkrieg warfare, I think is a staggering step. And once again, that marvellous book, in fact, let's give it credit, Encyclopedia of German Tanks of World War II, Doyle, Chamberlain and Gents. It says in the history section, on the 15th of June 1936, the order was given to develop an armoured vehicle for infantry support, mounting a gun of at least 7.5 cm calibre. The gun was required to have a minimum of 25-degree traverse and to be mounted in the hull, eliminating the requirement for a turret. How about that? Which could result in a vehicle not exceeding the height of an average man. I know other countries were moving in such directions, but the ability to seize this logical step just strikes me as, staggering. So anyway, back to the model, just for a moment. It's a right tiddler, isn't it? Doesn't matter, frighten the life out of me if I encountered one of those. So thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing. We're up to 930 something. Somebody mentioned ages ago when we just hit 900 subscribers, hey, you're getting on a bit there. You're going to have some kind of festival for the 1,000. I don't know, I haven't a clue. That's for, professionals, isn't it? I'm just a twit with a camera and a tube of glue. So anyway, thanks. We'll be doing more soon. Farewell for now.